How to install pulse width modulated speed control radiator fans in your Holley Terminator X and Terminator X MAX project. I bought a set of Proform brushless speed control fans for my truck and show you how to wire them in properly and program them with your Holley Terminator X so that you can get speed increases on the fans based on coolant temperatures. Alright, I'm finally getting the level of suction that I want. That's way better. So I had these two extra little pieces and I just kind of cut them and just jammed them in that gap there and in that gap there. And as you saw, the paper would stick because I'm getting good suction pull through the front grill instead of getting stuff escaping out that pocket. Okay, and I immediately lose a bunch of that suction as soon as I pull. Yeah, my fans probably aren't powerful enough, but the air is escaping in spots it shouldn't. The low pressure zone back here on the other side of the fans is getting basically erased by these side pockets. Not always about, you know, your CFM, it's also about how your airflow is set up. So I got the one air dam down up underneath. We're just helping a little bit, and then I need to stick something like this in there as well. All right, so we got our corrected 12-inch Proform brushless fan. So instead of part number 67035, it is 67034 for the 12 inches. So go ahead and get the fan shroud back out and get these in. Thank you, Summit Racing, for always being fast shipping. I mean, you guys are quicker than Amazon at this point. But when race car people need race car stuff, they need race car stuff fast. As well as from Holley, we have our Nitrous modulator. It's actually a Nitrous Solenoid, but this is basically going to be our fast relay for wiring to the Holley to be able to run our pulse modulated fans. The wires is fairly simple, so I went ahead and ran both of the wires together. So we're going to start with the ground. You're going to put both your grounds together. If you want them separate, you can, but you're going to go ahead and run them and ground them off to your engine block. Thing with the red power wire, you can run them separate, but I ran it together. So I ran this red wire all the way to this distribution block. It says to run it back to the battery, but this is literally ran through my 250 amp fuse and a 0 gauge cable all the way back to the battery, so that's going to be fine. Complain about it in the comments all you want. From there, I added a 40 amp fuse for both fans right in this. This is where things get fun. So the two green wires, once again, you can run them individually, but I ran them together. These are reading to this blue wire, which comes off of this Nitrous Solenoid relay. And what it does, it takes the negative pulse width modulation from the Holley and switches it to a positive. You cannot do this with a normal relay. You need this relay because of how fast it is. The green wire lead right to this blue. From there, this orange wire is once again going to feed all the way back, straight back to the battery. I recommend no less than a 10 gauge wire. And then from there, we've got this black and yellow wire. So I had to extend it with this yellow wire. Yes, I know the wiring isn't super clean in here. I got some cleaning to do. You can argue about it in the comments all you want. That yellow wire I have tied to the additional input and output wire plug coming out. So if you're running dual fans and you have them to one wire, all you need to do is pull the gray and yellow wire. Running them individually, you got to pull one other wire for fan 1 and fan 2. So there's the gray and yellow wire, which I've ran to that yellow wire all the way up to that Nitrous Solenoid. After you get all that wired in, then we're going to go to the laptop and do our programming. I'm going to launch the Terminator X V software. If you're hooked directly into your ECU, you can do it right from there. You can download from the ECU. I'm going to show you how I did it and then how you're going to do it. We're opening my current file. So you're gonna go right here to inputs and outputs. Originally, I didn't have this. I had to get it set up. Went into toolboxes, add individual configuration, and then I scrolled down and found IOs, inputs, outputs, and had it added to your little screen here. We're in inputs, we wanna go to outputs. So right here, we're gonna go into, this one I just named fans, and it's going to, first you have to enable it. So go over here and click enable. And then you're gonna do the drop down menu, and you're gonna want this post width modulation negative. So this is what we talked about. You have to have it negative, and then that Nitrous solenoid is going to switch it to a positive for the fans. So once you're going to enable, you're going to go over here to configure. So first we're going to set up the sensor input triggers. So we're going to set up two. The first one is going to be based off of RPM, and I want it above 450 RPM. So basically as soon as the engine starts rolling, we're able to activate the fans. But if we ever drop below 400 RPMs, it will then kill the fans. And that way we just don't have this weird fluctuation of like on, off, on, off, on, off. And that way if you also turn off the engine, and for our second one, if we're above 145, it won't keep them running. So that's just a simple thing. You don't have to do it exactly like that, but that's how I'm setting mine up. Over here to post width modulation setup. So type, we're gonna have fixed. Basically this is working on a frequency, so you need to set the frequency to 100. You want your table units to be set to duty cycle percentage. On your x-axis, you want this as the CTS, the coolant temperature sensor, so what temperature your coolant is at. On your y-axis, you want it as speed, so we're going to set the speed of the fans. So over here on speed, I have it on a scale of 0 to 80, so if you want, just go ahead and copy this exactly as it is. And then over here for our coolant temps, I have it as 85 up to 260. You can make these adjustments how you want and how you want your temperatures to come across, but this is how I have it. Pretty much once we start at 145, I want 10% speed, 150, 20, 60, 35, 170, 45, 80, 180, 60, 190. So you can set this up, you can make these adjustments as you want, but this is how I did it. Let's go ahead and do it as an entirely blank slate and show you from the whole process from the beginning. So we're just gonna, say fans 2. Once again, we're going to enable, drop down to post width modulation, and then we're going to have to configure. We're going to go all the way over here to post width modulation setup. So like I said, we want to set it to fixed. The multiplier or the frequency is going to be 100. Table units, we want duty cycle, and then once again, the x-axis, we are going to change to the coolant temperature sensor, and the y-axis is going to be speed. It goes all the way like 99 to 0. So like I said, I started with 80.
75, 75, 70, 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10.
And we just won't have a 5. Over here, we're pretty much going to start at 80. Max temperatures you should want your engine to be anywhere near. If it's going above that, you've got a different problem. It's going to be like 250, 240. Like I said, you can fill these in however you want. This is just kind of how I'm doing it. Basically, just go ahead and mess with this table. So then let's say about 145 is where I want temperatures to actually start going. So right here at 60, we're just going to make this whole section there, make that one 10%. And then at 160, let's jump it up to 20%. We'll do these at 30%. Do 65. We're gonna do these at 45 actually. Anything over 210, I just want at 100%. Like at that point, I want the fans kicking. Like I said, you can make these adjustments however you want. I'll go. All right, I was having one more issue where I could not get my ECU pin to define the fan as this J1-B12. So I went to the pin map and I went to view outputs, and then before I had this ground, so let's drag this up here. So I had the ground electric fan number 1 here, which is not what I wanted. So I had to drag that away, and then right here, P fan, drag that in its place. And then when you go done, Now it is populated, whereas before it was not defined. So now we can go ahead and save this. Yes. Let's upload it to the ECU. So we'll go ahead and USB link, send to ECU. Go ahead and cycle power. So as you can see, the fans are rolling real slow, just at that 10% load because we're still in a cooler temperature. So as we climb, we'll see fan speed increase as the temps come up. Here we go, in the next 3 degrees, we should see another bump up. So here we are, 183. Once we hit 185, we should see them go up to 60%. There's 185. They're spinning faster, so we get those increased speeds with higher cooler temps, which is exactly what we want. And there's 200, and we are now at 100% fan speed. And they are just cooking in there. We stick a piece of paper on there, it gets sucked right against the grill. Alright, that's everything you need to be able to wire in your Proform brushless radiator fans to your Holley Terminator X. I have all the parts that I use linked down in the description if you want to go ahead and buy them there. It helps me out. As well as if you want to see a video of the truck in action and what led me to needing to find all these cooling issues, go ahead and click the video right here.